West, love the 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 West.
What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in Sports Talk. Coming to you with another episode 71 of the 2 Cent Deposit on Sports, the place where we give you our 2 cents on the recent topics in the sports world. As always, we want to thank you for taking the time for watching the show. While you are here, click the subscribe button to the channel so you can be alerted to all the episodes we have here at Get With It Sports 2 here on the YouTube channel. Everything good, bro?
Oh yeah, everything.
All right, man. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get into right now. We got to talk about the World Series. We already seen game 1 to game 2. We got to talk about the fight that happened at the Staples Center between the Houston Rockets and the Lakers. We'll give you our picks of 5 games in the NFL. You can read the rest of our picks at our blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Let's go ahead and jump into the MLB, the World Series. We told you guys, I think that last week before last, how we felt about the ALCS. We both said that the winners of that game, which was the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros, will win the World Series. So we already gave you the prelude of what we already thinking about, unless my partner here, Brandon, changed his mind. Anyway, 2018 World Series jumped off Tuesday between the Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 1 went to the Red Sox 8-4. Game 2 went to the Red Sox 4-2. They go back to what's today? Thursday. They go back to Los Angeles. They go to Los Angeles to play game 3. Once again, Boston Red Sox up 2-0. We already told y'all whoever won the ALCS will win the whole thing. I'm not changing anything. Brandon, what you coming up with?
It's pretty. Dodgers got to win his next game for sure.
Oh, no doubt. We just got through talking off air. Would you say we got to give Dodgers at least one just because they there?
Yeah, just for being there, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's not forget, if I'm not mistaken, last year the Houston Astros swept these bums 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. So it can happen. And I'm put you like this.
It can happen.
It can happen. Boston Red Sox they rolling downhill right now. Like I said, they up 2-0. They won 108 games, if I'm mistaken. Yeah. They think they won the most games this season. Dodgers, they follow the lead of Clayton Kershaw. Y'all do a hell of a job during the season. Come to postseason, it's like y'all forgot how y'all got there. That's how I feel about the Dodgers. Red Sox playing small ball. They ain't trying to hit home runs, but once they get on base, they're going to steal base. They're going to move the next player. They're going to bunt. They're going to do whatever they got to do to move them players from base to base. I think, was it yesterday, game 2? Mookie Betts hit a single. Next thing I know, damn near he's on third base because he stole bases. They moving them players around. They're throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink. Well, no, they're throwing the kitchen sink at you too. So I think it's too much for the Dodgers to handle. And before we got on there, I was going to sit here and lie saying that the Boston Red Sox playing with house money because the Dodgers had the highest payroll. Come to find out, nope, the Boston Red Sox got the highest payroll. I think I just got through telling you it was $228 million to Dodgers $194 million. So yeah, I'll put it like this: they're not playing with house money, but they're comfortable. Dodgers seem like they got their back against the wall, and like you said, they got to win this next game, or you might as well say they're going to get swept. So I'm gonna go for the sweep.
What?
What you gonna do, man?
No, I think that the Dodgers will win tonight.
Okay. No, they play Friday night.
I mean the next game, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Game 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you there. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the banner right now. But anyway, let's jump into the NBA real quick. LeBron James is having beef with a Syracuse basketball coach named Jim Boeheim. And I can understand both sides, but let's go ahead and jump into it. LeBron James was quick to respond to comments made by Jim Boeheim Wednesday after Syracuse head coach spoke about James and his agency, Clutch Sports, which centers around former recruit Darius Bazley, who decommitted from Syracuse in March to enter the G League. However, Bazley later dropped that plan as well and signed with Clutch Sports, choosing to train on his own. On Monday, the news broke that he signed a $1 million contract with New Balance, which includes Bazley serving as an intern with their apparel company. While the often cantankerous Boeheim has been highly critical of Bazley's decision to spurn the orange, James has been taking a public stance against the NCAA and its perceived exploitation of student athletes. His production company aired an HBO documentary on the issue earlier this month. Quote, these kids need options and more support, James said via Twitter on Monday. Quote, really like what G League is doing at Clutch Sports, innovating and taking this to another level. So we know, I think it was last week we talked about the G League is giving out $125 million contracts to the players coming out of high school going into the G League so they don't have to go to college. This is putting a monkey wrench. I don't understand this is putting a monkey wrench in the NCAA basketball because of this. Because it is exploitation. You are making millions. This goes to me, all sports, specifically football and basketball. You making millions of dollars. You know how they say, well, they're getting free education. Yes, okay. 20 million, 25 million, 30 million. But you making millions of dollars off of these athletes where they can't get a job, number one. Number two, they can't make money off of their images. And number three, they can't make make money off their apparel with their names on the back. The school does. So to me, this is going to put a monkey wrench in a whole lot of things jumping off. And Coach Boeheim is ranting on how this is going to messed him up. You work so hard to get you, I understand the coaches. You go to their house, talk to the parents, get them to come to your school. Nah, I'm going to the G League. So you wasted time on that individual to come to your school.
Somebody else.
Exactly. And you missed a time to get somebody else. So I understand that point. But then again, I'm thinking I'm always going to go for the players. I'm always going to go for the student athletes. Make that money. So until the schools start paying or giving stipends to college players, I have no problem with people jumping into the G League or signing with agencies and getting their money. What about you, bro?
I get it and I understand it, but what about the actually schooling part of the whole thing? I mean, I understand college ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that particular athlete right there.
Mm-hmm.
College ain't for me. I just made it out of high school.
Got you.
But I can play ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it sounds like. This is for the G League. I mean, the G League is for because, I mean, how's the G League set up? Is it 3 years, 4 years, or what? Then they eligible for the draft, or they get recruited from the NBA, from the G League? I mean,
from what I understand now, you could be in the G League forever. Because if I'm mistaken, I can't remember the player's name. He was 30-some years old, and he played for the Lakers before the Lakers season ended, and he scored like 20, 25 points that game. He was gray hair and everything. I think he's been in the G League for, I don't want to lie, for over a decade.
Okay.
So that has no
Okay.
there's no limitations on that. G League, I forgot how much you make. I used to have all the information on that, but you do make pretty good money. You just don't fly on planes. You take buses. Your team is affiliated to a NBA team. But if I'm mistaken, any NBA team can come and pick a player from any G League team. Kind of get what I'm saying? So you can be playing for the Detroit Pistons G League, but if I'm a Laker front office, I come get him if I need that player.
Like scout, I can come get.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But see, you wasn't making that much money. So that's the reason why kids was going to school to get that exposure to get drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily a scholarship. I mean, not necessarily an education.
Right. You just playing that one and done. You playing to get that exposure going to Kentucky, going to Duke and all that stuff to get that exposure, and you out of there. Now with them paying you $125 million to get you situated, you making money in the G League, not going to school, because now you could. Larry, I definitely agree with you. You need an education, but everybody ain't built for an education.
And that's the part I'm, like, okay, I know everybody, college isn't for everybody. So in this regard, this helps that, And yeah, like you said, it's taking money out of the NCAA pocket, because they can even right. Another thing, I mean, that was taking money out of their pocket too, but they're not getting anything now, So that's really throwing a little wrench in their thing. And then for a coach, man, I mean, it's okay. It's LeBron brand, Clutch Sports, right? Am I correct?
Correct.
That's his brand, okay.
That's his agency. That's the agency.
Oh, okay, his agency.
Sports agency, right. Rich Paul runs that.
Who?
Rich Paul.
Okay.
He's the agent for Clutch Sports. The primary agent, let's put it like that. But it's LeBron's agency. You kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First hand about this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's they try to. The NBA is actually G'ing for contracts in the G League because they're tired of the one and dones, and I believe the NCAA is tired of the one and dones. With this being put in there, now let me clear this up.
Gives you the players time to get seasoned and learn some different things.
And this is for the elite players. I didn't put that up in there. Not just anybody in the G League get this. The elite players get the contracts.
Okay.
So you can't be one of these players, not a blue chip, a top 50 recruit, and going to the G League and making these $125,000 contracts. You got to be you got to be considered an elite player.
So what if you're not an elite player? What kind of contract do you get?
You're doing what they're doing now. I don't know what they do. What, 30,000, 25, 30,000, something like that. Okay. So this, like I said, this eliminates the one and dones. And right now, I believe you get the players that's actually trying to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Not wasting time and run up in there for 1 year and getting up out of there.
Okay.
So I agree with it. I don't give a damn if it hurts the NCAA because I'll put you like this. There's dorms and buildings being built off of athletic money.
Yeah. So
if you ain't giving it to the player, there's only enough buildings to be built. There's who else getting the money? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got
they definitely robbing folks. I mean, NCAA basketball, football.
Mm-hmm.
They kill it. Yeah.
You're right. You got coaches making $5 to $8 million, but the students can't make their own money. Man, miss me with that mess, man.
Right.
So I'm definitely G with all this.
Yeah.
Take it, you are too.
Yeah, I am.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's stick with the NBA and talk about this fight that jumped off Saturday night, man. It was at the Staples Center. It was the LeBron and the Lakers' first home game. And it all started off when Brandon Ingram pushed James Harden in the back. I think James Harden was coming down the lane. He bumped Brandon Ingram, basically shoved him out of bounds. Brandon Ingram got called for the foul. It could have been an offensive foul too. James trying to get an and one, saying that was an and one, was a continuation, and he moved in front of Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram pushed him out the way. Harden turned around, looked at the ref as if, what you gonna do about this? Then that's when everybody converged by the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Stevenson, out of all players, grabbed Ingram and pushed him out, trying to get him under control. While he pushed him out, Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo had words. And you see Chris Paul back up, wipe his face, then he smushed Rondo in the face. Rondo hauled off and hit him, was it 1.5? Chicken and fries. Hit him, looked like hit him in the nose. People say hit him in the jaw. It looked like hit him in the nose. Then everybody trying to separate him, and while they trying to separate him, Chris Paul got a nice uppercut. I ain't never seen a basketball game where an uppercut was thrown. He always jabbed, but he threw an uppercut and connected on Rondo. Yeah, separated. Then while they separating them two, here come Brandon Ingram from half court, run into the scrum and try to throw a shot at Chris Paul. So after everything's said and done, everybody got separated. Next day, the suspension was thrown out. Chris Paul got 2 games. Rajon Rondo got 3 games, and Brandon Ingram got 4. But with that being said, Chris Paul lost the most money. I think it was $412,000 he lost. Everybody else lost like $100,000 and plus. So my thing is this. First off, do you blame Chris Paul for smush? Wait, let me ask you this. Did you see the replay?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I heard about it so much. It's like I saw it.
Okay, well, they showed a slow-mo of Rajon Rondo spitting at Chris Paul. Now, he didn't hawk and spit, but you could tell he moved forward and tried to get a sneak spit like he, in his face. And that's when Chris Paul, wiped his face, looked at my man, smushed him in the face, and that's when the fight broke out. So, number one, I'm going to put it like this. Bruh, that is the ultimate disrespect, spitting in somebody's face. That's automatically hands are being thrown. So I don't blame Chris Paul. I heard somebody say, Chris Paul didn't have time to go to camera and see, what, show me that replay so I can make sure I felt what I felt and see what I see. He said, no, we're going to handle this right here. So I'm putting you like this. I believe the NBA gave Brandon Ingram, he should have had at least 10 games. Brandon Ingram himself should have had 10 games.
Yeah.
Because you started the whole thing with James Harden, and you end up coming back into the scrum to throw a punch at Chris Paul. That's double tap. So you should get 10 games. I think Rondo, spitting in my face, that's 10 games, 8 to 10 games. Chris Paul was defending. I understand you was in the fight. You got to get suspended. So I'm cool with the 2 games for Paul, but Ingram should have had 10 games, and Rondo should have had 8 to 10 games. What you say about that?
Yeah, them 2 definitely should have had 10 games. They didn't get the 10 games, but they should at least miss games equal to the amount of money Chris Paul's going to do.
I agree with that.
Can't help because he's making more than them.
Right.
I'm sorry, because you don't make as much as me, you gotta get suspended 6 games just to equal that amount or whatever. But yeah, that's what I understand is how Chris Paul just mushed him in the face after he realized he got spit on. That should have been his first punch.
Right. I think he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
I didn't see the video, so
damn, I think this fool just pushed me. So instead of swing, I'm just gonna push you in the face, like, dude, get like as if say, man, you stop spraying me. You know what I'm saying? I think he wasn't sure, but yeah, after the punch was thrown, it was like all bets are off. We swinging,
And to top all that off, whatever it is, these are multimillionaires.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking game.
True
At
that.
the end of the day, it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Why you on the fucking court fighting in front of 20,000 people?
Right. You know, I'll put it to you like this. Now, this is the room that's going around. Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo actually do not like each other. I'll put it like this.
I can
I
see
know
why they don't like
Rajon Rondo does not like Chris Paul. For the simple fact, 2006, don't quote me on the date. The USA team, the redemption team, I guess is what it's called, when everybody went to China, Rajon Rondo was told he made the team. He wasn't going to get cut.
Okay.
But Chris Paul was the leader of the group, leader of the team that was going to China.
Okay.
The spokesman, whatever you want to call it. They knew that Rondo and Paul wasn't G'ing for each other, wasn't jiving together. Right, exactly. So they knew they had to take Chris Paul. And if they got to take Chris Paul, that means Rondo was left out. And I think Rondo felt a certain type of way, which I have no problem with that. That's almost like the first dream team in Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you Xing me out because this fool? So I think that carried on for years and years and years. And I think it just boiled to the point to Saturday night. That's the rumor going around. So yeah, there was no love lost between them two.
That's over 10 years ago. Let it go.
But Rondo's that type of person. He ain't let it. He petty. He'll let you know he petty. And let's be for real. Chris Paul ain't the, as they say, he ain't the best teammate. You know what I'm saying? He don't let shit fly. So it is what it is. But here's my next question before we move on. Me and you been boys for 30 years, right?
Right.
We play for opposite teams.
Mm-hmm.
Our teams get into a scrum. Our teammates get to a scrum.
Right.
Let me paint the picture of what happened Saturday night. Let me just put you like this, see what you think. Chris Paul and LeBron James are best friends, where Chris Paul is the godfather of LeBron's kids. We know LeBron played for the Lakers. You know, Chris Paul played for the Rockets.
Okay.
When the scrum jumped off, Chris Paul, take that back. LeBron James pulled Chris Paul away from the scrum. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
But then he walks Chris Paul to the bench with his arms around him, asking him if he's cool. And he was like, nah, I'm good. You know, Chris Paul said, I'm good. Now I've heard, I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't like the way that look. I don't give a damn if y'all boys or not. Y'all play for separate teams. Steve Jackson, former NBA player now, I think he's on FS1.
Yeah.
He said, I think he was on Instagram and said, I don't give a damn if that's your biological brother. Yeah. You don't do that. You do this. You know you comfort your boy after the game when y'all go out to eat. But when y'all on that court in between them lines, it's my team against your team.
Right.
I agree with that. Like I said,
yeah.
Me and you down for whatever for 30 years.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure you all right. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'll check on you after the game.
I gotta go. I got my squad over here. I gotta be over here. Right.
Right.
I'll pull you off and give you a little going back over that way.
Right. Yeah. Now, it was funny. I think it was last when the season first started. Kyle Kuzma fell to the ground. LeBron ran over there. Kyle Kuzma got himself up, and LeBron went over there and told him, "Listen, man, next time he got all his team around. Like next time, no wait, let me get this right. He told Kyle Kuzma, next time you stay down. He brought the other players around and said, next when one of your brother falls, you go over there and pick him up, which is a good thing. I got that. But then you gonna turn around after me and Ingram was fighting for it. That's why he came back to the thing. He said, I fought for my teammate when I came back and seen Rondo get hit. I came back to throw blows. Rondo over there trying to console the dude I'm trying to hit. That ain't a good look for your team, for your teammates. You telling me one thing last week, but you over there consoling your boy after a fight. You can't do either. You're gonna be down with the fight, or like I said, we're gonna check, make sure you're all right. But I'll talk to you after the game. We got a game playing here. What you think?
Ingram an idiot, first of all, first and foremost.
Okay.
And I think it was just a bad judgment on LeBron's part. You know, when stuff happen like that, it's happening so fast. You don't really think about what you're doing. You just kind of react. So I'm sure, LeBron's second, thought was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have did that or whatever, or how he did it or whatever. But I don't see, LeBron being that type of, teammate or whatever. I think stuff was just happening, and it was happening fast. And, that was just his first reaction. But Ingram, he a thug anyway. And whether LeBron could have been out there on the court or getting a hot dog, he was coming back out there. Simple as that. So
I got you. I know that ain't his character. That ain't LeBron's character.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I'm Ingram, Rondo, I'm gonna see LeBron in the locker room.
Yeah, you got a couple questions.
Like bro.
And it's rightfully so.
What team you play for?
It's rightfully so. But hell, hey, he may ask him what team you play for. Well, y'all starting this bullshit. I'm over here trying to help win or whatever. That's all right. Y'all gone next year anyway.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Whether or not they know it or not, it's the LeBron squad now. They just own them.
Bruh, I don't give a damn if it is LeBron squad. We got to talk.
Yeah.
Dude, if we get into a scrum, I got to know you got my back because you don't look like you got my back. You know what I'm saying?
He might not like neither one of them.
That's true. Anyway, that's true.
You never know.
And you know what? We're gonna jump to the NFL right now. Will we be talking in NBA next week? Because I gotta pick your head on who you think will be the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, all them accolades. I'm gonna ask you that next week, and who you think gonna win the championship and all that. So we'll be getting into the NBA next week.
Okay.
All right. So let's go move on to the NFL. The little news that we have in the NFL, and I hate talking about this right here, this situation I'm about to talk about, but it is what it is. Broncos cut Chad Kelly because of his criminal trespassing charge. Here's the story. The Denver Broncos waived backup quarterback Chad Kelly, the nephew of Hall of Famer Jim Kelly, following his Tuesday morning arrest that resulted in a first-degree criminal trespassing charge. Quote, this was a decision that we made as an organization, coming from the general manager, John Elway. Quote, after reviewing all the information and in talking with head coach Vance Joseph and president Joe Ellis, we agreed that releasing Chad was the right thing to do, close quote. Kelly was arrested after police responded to a call about a man who stumbled onto their property dressed in a cowboy costume. Kelly apparently went inside the residence as police were responding, sat down on a couch, and began mumbling incoherently. The incident took place following a Halloween party thrown by Broncos star Von Miller. The party took place in a secure environment with Ubers and shuttles available for rides home, according to details provided by Broncos teammate Brandon Marshall. So, shouts out to Von Miller. He made sure that y'all had rides going home. He called Ubers and shuttles. There is no reason why Chad Kelly left the party, went into somebody else's house, and sat on their couch. What the hell? Number one, Chad Kelly better be lucky he was on the team. I don't think he all that anyway. He just on somebody's team because of his uncle, Jim Kelly.
Right. And that's all that was. He was going. They was trying to figure out how they was gonna cut him anyway. I hate Jim Kelly feeling so.
Right.
This just worked out perfectly for him.
Yeah. So, yeah, Chad Kelly, you stuck on stupid, bro. There's no way in the world you should. There's no reason. None whatsoever. It was just a stupid call.
You know what kind of neighborhood that was, where he was able to walk right through the front door and sit on the couch.
That's good. Yeah. I got to question that myself. This and we're going. I'm a rant right now. I ranted last night on Team Boy TV show. John Elway. I love me some John Elway. He, as T.O. say, he's my quarterback. He's been to multiple Super Bowls, won back-to-back Super Bowls. He's arguably top 5 QBs of all time. And you seen his work on the field. Somebody please explain to me how this fool had the credentials that he has, but he can't pick a goddamn quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Unless it was Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning was waived off of the coach.
Yeah, you can't count Peyton Manning.
So you can't count Peyton Manning. Ever since this fool been here, every quarterback they drafted sucked. Somebody please explain to me why this man cannot pick a quarterback when that is what you did for your career and was good at it.
Well, some people they are talented but can't pick it. I.e. Michael Jordan.
Damn, you know what? That just came to mind right now. Like, you're a good player, but you suck as a
right evaluation of front office talent, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
So maybe John Elway need to not put his input in on and just let the scouts do what they gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's probably talking too much and messing them up. You know,
true.
Just stay out of it. That's what I think. I think he got too much input in it, and he's screwing them up. You know, because it's not working out. It ain't worked out since. So I don't even know when the last time they had a decent quarterback.
Since John Elway.
John Elway.
No, I take that back.
No.
I'm trying.
Well,
no.
That's last time they won the Super Bowl, right?
Huh?
Last time they won the Super Bowl.
We just won one a couple of years ago. Oh, you talking about with John? Yeah. Peyton Manning. Boy, about 3-4 years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, now see, I'm just not counting Peyton Manning. You know.
Okay. Well, before then, that was what 98, 99.
He didn't win that Super Bowl. He was under center most of the game.
That's true. 98, 99, 97, 98.
With Elway, right?
Yeah, with Elway. And we ran through. I don't even feel like going through all the players. Jake the Snake. Anyway, no, I think that was the last time between them two. Elway and
arguably so the best quarterback they had since Elway was actually Cutler.
Right. Yeah, absolutely right. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm getting depressed on this. Anyway, let's move on to the next one with what the hell John Gruden doing in Oakland. Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? I think it was yesterday. All right. Dallas Cowboys acquired Amari Cooper, 24 years old wide receiver, in exchange for a first round pick in 2019 NFL draft. The fourth-year pro was named to the Pro Bowl in both of his first 2 seasons. He caught 22 of 32 targets for 280 yards and one touchdown over the first 6 games of the 2018 season with the Raiders. Cooper suffered a concussion in his final game with the Raiders in Week 6, but he'll have another week to recover and get up to speed in his new offense with the Cowboys, who are on a bye in Week 8. The Cowboys will host the Tennessee Titans in Week 9. What the hell is John? Let me talk now. Let me move this on with the next notes. The Raiders players are questioning Gruden's accountability after Cooper's trade. Gruden has certainly made his mark on the team since being hired in January. His changes to the roster started with the signing of 24 veteran players in the offseason, making the Raiders the NFL's oldest team by average age. He then sent two-time All-Pro and 2016 Defensive Player of the Year Khalil Mack to Chicago Bears for draft picks prior to the start of the season, and on Monday, shipped two-time Pro Bowl receiver Amari Cooper to the Dallas Cowboys for a first-round pick. The changes had left many Raiders players questioning Gruden's accountability when it comes to the moves he made. Veterans on the team take issues to Gruden's handling of the trades. The head coach publicly denied Cooper was being shopped roughly a week before the receiver was sent to Dallas, and he didn't notify his players when the trade was made, leaving some scrambling to see the news on their phone. Tight end Lee Smith isn't happy, but stated, quote, "Nobody was happy when we traded Khalil, and nobody is happy when we traded Amari. How could you be? I'm sorry. You never ever wanted to trade elite homegrown talent, but Coach Gruden is thinking long term. It's no secret that he got a 10-year contract, and having 5 first rounders in the next 2 years is pretty good. And he has been cleared about his open door policy. If guys have a problem with this trade, they can go sit in his office and tell him." So, all that being said, we know damn well, yeah, you might say you got an open door policy, but I dare you to say something to go against anything I say or do on this job. Is John Gruden and the Raiders tanking?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I agree. There's no reason. You know what? You say you're not tanking. I heard him make that statement. And like I said last night, I'm a Doubting Thomas. I hear what you're telling me, but I see what I see. You know how that saying go? If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. That's a fucking duck.
Yeah.
So you get rid of an elite defensive player, and you turn around and get rid of one of your wide receivers, and you know rumors going around that he's looking to get rid of Derek Carr, and you getting draft picks. That sounds like you tanking, bro. You 1-6.
My whole thing is with this, and like tight end Lee Smith said it perfectly. This guy got a 10-year contract. You know, he ain't going nowhere. If he goes somewhere, he getting paid anyway.
Yep.
You know? So it looks like he just want to make this a John Gruden team.
Okay.
You know, all these players, star potential or not, you know, he getting rid of them because I don't know if they're not thinking along the way line he's thinking, or he figuring that, hey, I got all these draft picks, first round picks or whatever. I ain't gonna have to pay them like I'm gonna have to pay these guys. You know, so and then there'll be players that I pick, you know, to run the system that I want to put in place or what I want to do here. You know, he ain't gotta condition them to do nothing else or whatever, recondition, because anybody he draft, they gonna be his. You know, he gonna train them. He gonna, you know, set them up to play the Gruden way, whatever that is. So, no sound don't look like nobody's safe. You know, he can't trade 53 players, but man, he tearing them down quick. You know, I mean, because they ain't finna win no games.
Right.
Right now, they don't have the talent. And, you know, it's funny, 2 years ago, before Carr got hurt, you know, everybody talking about they had a shot.
3, right.
Yeah, they had a shot at a Super Bowl, okay, even when he come back. Even though that year, the year he got hurt, they was 13-3. Excuse me. They didn't play a lick of defense that year either. You know, they were still bad defensively, but they had one hell of an offense. You know, so I don't – they broke down to the bare minimum right now, so I don't – yeah, they tanking like a motherfucker, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you real quick. I'm looking this up now, but I'm gonna ask you real quick. What was the black head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before John Gruden got there? He's an analyst for NBC. Gosh,
Dungy.
thank
Tony
you, Tony Dungy. Now this is what I'm gonna say. I think let's go. I'm just gonna be real. I don't have nothing against John Gruden, but he's overrated.
Yeah, he ain't win shit.
He won right. He won that year. He won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was Tony Dungy's team.
Yeah.
Now I hear what you're saying. I agree with everything that you're saying. Now he's trying to make the Oakland Raiders his team. And I always said, and I believe you agree, that a coach should have 3 years to make his team, no matter what sport. You should have 3 years to form your team the way you want it to form. So he's in that process now. I got that. You know what I'm saying? But who's to say he's doing the right thing? We just got to saying when he was playing, he's with the, if I'm mistaken, he's with the Buccaneers first, then went to Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to Raiders, he didn't have a winning season the last 2 years before he went to the booth, to the ESPN football booth. You know what I'm saying? So
But
how do we know
with the Raiders team? With that Raiders team, they had a good team that year.
Okay,
Who's the quarterback that year?
Johnson. Raiders. Yeah. No. Oh, see, Brandon, you're gonna mess me up here. Shoot. All right, here we go. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was a decent quarterback.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Right. I'm looking now.
I can't think of the name, but
Gannon.
Rich Gannon.
Yep. That's who it was.
Yeah. So I mean, he had some success then.
That is true. He went 10. Yeah, he went 12-4, lost the conference, 10-6, and then then he went. Was that Tampa Bay first, then Oakland, or was it Oakland then Tampa Bay? I can't.
Oakland then Tampa.
Okay, then that's when. Then in the following years when he went to Tampa Bay. So
Right.
I get okay. Maybe I still think he overrated. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Well,
now, maybe that's a little hate.
When you've been out that long.
Yeah.
That's like, Coward coming back, or what's the analyst that used to coach the Ravens?
Used to coach the Ravens?
Yeah. Yeah, is he an analyst now? Or
yeah.
Yeah, him or the guy that's on NFL. I can't think of nobody's name right now.
Right, we have Brave Frost left or right.
Yeah, that coached the Dolphins and the Cowboys.
Johnson?
Yeah.
Can't remember his name, man.
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know who I'm talking about. So I mean, that's like these guys coming back. You can't do it don't work like that no more. The league is different. The players are different. They hear differently. They respond differently.
Right.
So I mean, but the bottom line is this guy got a 10-year contract. And like you said, it's usually 3 years before the team start looking like. I mean, even with regular new hire coaches, I think the contracts be like 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 or 4 year deals, so you can actually make changes, to fit whatever you're trying to do. And after that, they'd be like, okay, this not working out,
Right. Believe me, I love seeing the Raiders implode. I'm a Denver Bronco fan, so anything happen to the Raiders, I'm just gonna throw gasoline on the fire. But unbiased opinion, it's just sad to see how. I want to know how Richard McKenzie feel, the GM for the Raiders. He built that 13-3 team from scratch. He got rid of everybody, brought his players in. They went 13-3 under Jack Del Rio, and I don't think Jack Del Rio should have got fired, but the timing was sucked because that Following year, they went under 500, didn't make the playoffs. Now here comes John Gruden. Now John Gruden coming up in here and he destroying everything that Reggie McKenzie built. I want to know how Reggie McKenzie feel. Like, dude, my team was going places, and you come up in here doing this stuff. You know, I don't have like you said, with a 10-year contract. To hell with the GM gonna say. I'm gonna do what I got to do.
Right.
I think that's wrong. You punking the GM. So the future gonna look kind of tripped out for the Raiders before they even go to Las Vegas. You know,
Right.
just crazy, man. I think that's all the stories we got here, bro. You ready to make our picks? Did I leave? No, I didn't leave anything out. You want to make these picks?
Well, let's go.
All right, man. We got I thought 5. No, we got 4 picks.
Okay.
To do 4 picks out of week 8. Last week we did pretty good. In week 7, I went 12-2. Brandon here went 10-4. Can't knock it. We in there. Week 8 picks. We're gonna start off with one of these games is 30. I don't know which game is 30. Anyway, let me just shut up. The Philadelphia Eagles. That's 3-4 going up to Wembley Stadium in London to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's also 3-4. But I'll go first. This it's a away game for both teams, so it's neutral. I don't know what the hell the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing now. Now, since they don't have a run game, Blake Bortles been exposed that he ain't shit as a quarterback. They that's another thing we didn't talk about. Carlos Hyde
From Cleveland.
From Cleveland got traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 5th round pick. Before we move on to these picks, what you think about that? I'll go first. Carlos Hyde is a quality running back. Cleveland Brown know that Jacksonville need a running back because Leonard Fournette got the hamstring issue. I don't know when he coming back, and TJ Yeldon is hurt. You need to run the game in order to help your team win because of Blake Bortles. With that being said, I would have raped the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, you need this player more than anything. I want at least a 3rd round pick. At least a 3rd round. You settle for a 5th round pick? Man, please, man. And with that being said, all right, let's move on to the picks because I'm gonna talk about Hugh Jackson, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. But let's go ahead with these picks. I'm gonna say until Carlos Hyde get acclimated really into the game, and this, like I said, this is overseas. I'm gonna pick the Philadelphia Eagles over the Jacksonville Jaguars just because Carlos Hyde got to learn the system first before he even be efficient enough to help out with the Jaguars. And Blake Bortles, even though Blake Bortles do play well overseas, I've noticed. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles. They need to turn this thing around because they're not even in first place in the NFC East.
Yeah, they in trouble. Both teams in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
teams in trouble.
They fighting for positions in their divisions.
Right. Jacksonville may be a little more trouble.
Yes.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how much – I mean, good running game does have the quarterback, but I'm not sure what the confidence level of Bortles is right now, you know, as far as his team go, whatever. I mean, they already lost 4 games. They've been exposed.
Not just lost 4 games, got their ass kicked.
Yeah, so a lot of that, you know, you can say a lot of that goes on the defense, but defense, I mean, they had a running calendar, I mean, timer of how long the defense is on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take its toll anyway, you know, all the 3 and outs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So they've been exposed in different ways. Philly, I don't know if Wentz is 100% yet or if, you know, they not sneaking up on nobody. Mm-hmm. You know, they the world champions and everybody bring their A game against them, you know, so that's part of being a world champions. Philly need this. Both teams need it. out of the country. I like Philly in this one.
Okay, cool. Let's go on to the next one. New Orleans Saints, that's 5-1, going up to U.S. Bank Stadium to play the 4-2-1 Minnesota Vikings. Who you got, bro?
I like the Saints. I like the Saints. They should have beat Minnesota last year.
Yeah, exactly.
All but one. They know what they're doing against this team. I like Cousins. Kirk Cousins, he's starting to play a lot better. I'm not sure if the Minnesota Vikings the same team as they was last year. They look different, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They don't look dominating like they did last year. So I like the Saints.
Okay, cool. I'm going to have to join you on that one. I picked the Saints too. I know it's playing in Minnesota. Minnesota is a quality team. They are a playoff caliber team. Their defense seemed like they're not like they were last year. Drew Brees breaking records left and right. And we said it 2 weeks ago, Drew Brees is in the top 10 of all time with what he's doing. He might be moving up to the top 5 the way he's rolling. He got the weapons. It's going to be – I ain't even going to say it's going to be a shootout. I don't think Kirk Cousins is built to go up against Drew Brees. He got quality wide receivers. Can't remember their name. Adam Thielen.
Diggs.
He
got some guys over there. I believe he can go. They can be in a shootout with the Saints. I don't think they will win a shootout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Drew Brees could play, especially in this indoor stadium. Drew Brees is gonna pick them apart, and then he got a run game with Kamara and Ingram. So I definitely gonna pick the Saints over the Vikings, but it's gonna be a good game. Next up, no, we're gonna do this one next. Shout out to Team Boy TV, JB, Big Q. It's a matchup right here. We got JB's Baltimore Ravens that's 4-3 going to Bank of America Stadium to play Big Q's Carolina Panthers. That's also 4-3. Both of these teams, just like the first team, the Eagles and Jaguars, both of the teams need this game to stay afloat in their division. I'll go first. Everybody out there in Panther land, miss me. Come at me. It don't matter. I'm gonna speak the truth. Baltimore Ravens are impressive. I think they still the number 1 defense in the league. Other than Drew Brees, they have been shutting teams out in the second half of these games. Carolina Panthers do not have, do y'all hear me? Carolina Panthers do not have a number 1 wide receiver in their roster. The Baltimore Ravens will put 8 in the box to shut down Christian McCaffrey. All they're going to rely on is Cam Newton's legs, and they ain't going to be enough. I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens over the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. What you got, bro?
Yeah, Carolina. They 4-3. I mean, they shouldn't have won last week. Philly.
That comeback. That was a comeback.
What the hell that was? What's it all about?
Right.
17. I mean, it's 21 unanswered points. But but they did it. I don't think they're gonna do it against Baltimore. They get down like that if they want to against Baltimore. It's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the Carolina, they don't have no number 1s. I don't think they got no number 2s. But
Big Q. LED 412. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I like Baltimore, I like their defense, and they putting it together. They in a tough division. It's gonna be a fight with them and the Steelers, and can't count out the Bengals over there. So
that's true.
I like Baltimore in this one.
Okay. Last game we got, our hometown Chicago Bears. They're playing at home in Soldier Field. They're 3-3. They was in first place 2 weeks ago. Now they're in last place. They're going up against the New York Jets that's 3-4. They got to have this game. They have to win this game. The Jets, they're reeling. They got a rookie quarterback. You cannot let a rookie quarterback beat you. Bears. I don't care if Khalil Mack is hurt. You got enough on that defense to beat the New York Jets. Trubisky, he played a good game last week. You keep the turnovers down and just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Bears over the Jets. What you got?
Yeah, I like the Bears over the Jets too. But Trubisky's interception really, I mean, turnovers are bad, but his interception, I don't think really cost the Bears any games. I mean, they 3-3. You could look at that team and hell, they could be 6-0. Green Bay came back in the last few seconds of that game. Up the interception that would have sealed that win for them. They lost what was the next game they lost? They lost the overtime game to the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. And they could have beat the Patriots last week.
And they had a shot at the Patriots last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got 2 special teams touchdowns. You can't have that in the game.
Right.
You know, but they lost that game. So I mean, they've been playing good, but not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're not finished. They're still not finishing games off.
Mm-hmm.
They're not finishing games, which it's a learning process. They 3-3. I like them over the Jets this week.
Okay, cool. I think we picked all of them the same. That tells you a lot right there. Before we close shop, bro, I got to ask you this question. And I talked about it last night on Team Board TV. Hugh Jackson. Is he on the hot seat?
I'd say yes and no. I don't know yet. It's still early. It's still, I mean, because I mean, let's just for all intents and purposes, they done won twice as many games they won last year already.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been in every single game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now the question is, okay, and this judgment you won't be able to make until after the season. You got to give him a full season.
Okay.
Is he the guy to get them to the next level?
No.
That's the question.
I'm gonna say he's okay. I'm gonna say he's on the hot seat. I understand you got a new regime that came in last year, I think it was. How long you been there? 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 years to get your team together. I got that. To me, he has the roster now to win at least 8 games. To me, right now they are
games.
To me, yeah.
Right now,
they could win 8 games with the roster.
Carlos Hyde. They lost.
They don't really need Carlos Hyde. They got Nick Chubb.
They lost the wide receiver to New England.
Josh Gordon. Yeah. Okay. I got that. They are 2-4-1. They could easily be 5-3 right now. And what I'm saying is these games that they're losing, they are losing by 3 or less. They are in these games until the fourth quarter when something happens.
Okay. This is second year. Second year's coach. You can say the same thing about the Bears. They lost games in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but this is a rookie coach, man. Hugh been here. Hugh been here with these players on this team. And all I'm saying is, yes, this is the year they got good draft picks. Hell, they've been getting good draft picks for damn near a decade.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this. You have been losing these games, 3 games by 3 points or less. You are not the coach to get them over this hump. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. So I hear you say yes and no. I could get with that then. I don't want Hugh Jackson to lose his job, but you ain't. It seems like you're not the dude to put them over the hump. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I think he's on the hot seat. Will he last year? Probably not. I think.
So is it a head coaching thing or a coordinator thing?
Well, I'll put you like that. Now that you said this, it's Todd Haley and I think his name is Greg Anderson. Used to be the defensive coordinator for the Saints when they had the I forgot what it's called. When they got in trouble and they got suspended. Sean Payton and but you know him, to Bounty Gate. Bounty Gate, that's what it was with the Saints. Greg, I think his name is Greg Anderson. So he's the defensive coordinator. So it ain't the defense, it would be the offense. So that's Todd Haley. Either Hugh Jackson will be fired and Todd Haley will move up to head coach, interim head coach, or Todd Haley gonna get fired and Hugh Jackson stay on the hot seat. Just like what was just last week, Arizona Cardinals. They fired Mike McCoy because the Broncos were just whooping the Cardinals on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
We always said coordinators go first before the head coach. So if you want to go that route, Todd Haley, then Hugh Jackson, or Hugh Jackson gonna get fired and Todd Haley gonna move up. You heard it here first.
All right.
All right, bro. If you got anything else to say, we're gonna close shop. Okay. The crew here at Get With It Sports want to thank you for taking this time to watch the 2 Cent Deposit on Sports podcast. Once again, while you're here, click the subscribe button so you can be alerted to all the new episodes we have here at the Get With It Sports 2 YouTube channel. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't even matter. Just make your voice known. You can find us on Twitter, me at Get With It Sports, my partner here, Brandon at LEB412. Read the post on our blog page at getwithsports.wordpress.com. That's where you will see the rest of our NFL Week 8 picks. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram at Get With It Sports. You can contact us via email at getwithitsports2. That's the number 2 at gmail.com. Once again, I'm your boy Glass.
And I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk. And as always, be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.